If what we're seeing right now turns into something much bigger, most people won't lose money because they made a bad decision. They'll lose money because they chose to make no decision at all. And by the time they realize exactly what's happening, it's already too late. So in this video, I want to walk you through exactly how to protect your money step by step. So no matter what happens, you're in control. Now, I know for a lot of people, they are thinking, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to sit on the sideline. I don't want to make any decision at all. Sounds very reasonable until you realize waiting is exactly what can put people in a very bad position, because financial problems don't show up all at once. They build quietly and then they hit fast. Now, in the last video, we were talking about the warning signs that we're seeing in the economy, rising costs across the board, pressures on household when it comes to expenses, market uncertainty, and none of these objects alone guarantee that there is going to be a crash, but it does also mean that your risk is increasing. When the risk goes up, the strategy has to change. Now, here's the reality that most people don't want to hear. People don't get hurt financially because they're unintelligent. They get hurt because they're overexposed. We see this day and day, and as a financial counselor over the last 20 years, I have seen too much debt. I have seen too little cash, too dependent on everything staying the same, where costs are increasing, wages are not coinciding with it, and we're actually kind of getting priced out of the market. When you start looking at homes, when you start looking at cars, the prices have went up exponentially, and the income is not staying with it. And that's when something shifts. That's when something in the economy really starts to show a little bit of cracks. Step number one, the foundation of everything. You need to take control of your cash flow. No matter what it is, cash flow for a majority of people is king. Not guessing, not estimating, actually knowing what your cash flow is. Right now, every dollar has a job. If you don't assign that dollar to do anything, it is going to disappear. It is going to get eaten up by inflation. And that's exactly what we're seeing to all of these savings accounts that are earning a 0.01, a 0.1, a 0.5, inflation at 2.8%, if not much higher by the end of this year. It is eating it up. So guys, actionable item for this one, pull the last 30, 60 days of spending. Look exactly where your money is going. Identify the silent leaks. Most of these are subscriptions, eating out, impulse buys, things you didn't really need, but you purchased anyways, and you need to cut aggressively, but intelligently. Your goal isn't to restrict your life, even when it comes to budgeting. If you choose to budget, it is not about the restrictions that you're placing around things. It's about creating breathing room. Making that breathing room is going to give you margin. Margin is going to give you options in this economy. Then we deal with pressure. The pressure of the financial life comes from really one big place, and we are seeing this more often than anywhere else in the world. It is debt, especially when it comes to high interest debt. If rates continue to rise, if they stay elevated like they're talking for an extended amount of time, your payments don't stay the same. If rates are increasing, your payment itself will actually increase. That's when that happens, the flexibility within the payment itself slowly disappears. So the action plan for this one, prioritize the highest interest debt first. We call this the debt avalanche. If you're unfamiliar, quick Google search will show you exactly what we're talking about. This is prioritizing that highest interest debt to the lowest interest debt. Every single spare dollar you have goes to knocking out and eliminating that high interest debt. And of course, stop adding new debt. I have done loan consolidations, home equity loans, a lot of debt consolidation products. 3 to 5 years, people are right back in that same cycle, which they cannot afford at all, because now they have new debt that they've accumulated, old debt that they're still paying for. And again, the cash flow completely disappears. But this is where you want to redirect any of that extra cash towards reducing those balances, because this is all about a step to get to the debt-free journey by regaining control, not perfection when it comes to the finances. Now let's talk about something that we talk about and really most people ignore till it's way too late. It is liquidity. You have to have access to cash, not because your cash is earning a high rate of return. It's because this will give you the highest rate of control. Now for this, when uncertainty really happens, there are 3 things that kind of go hand in hand with uncertainty. Number 1, your expenses can become a lot less predictable. Number 2, income can become unstable. And number 3, opportunities start showing up for those who are ready. Even looking at a 10%, 8% dip in the market, if you had cash sitting on the sideline, it gives you the opportunity to invest that money at a 10% discount in the S&P 500. So it was really good. And if you don't have that cash you cannot respond or change or have the option and the freedom to invest where you need to. So, starting with 3 to 6 months of essentials, this is your emergency fund, building towards ultimately around 6 months, depending on your situation, depending on if you have one income or two income. When you start building this emergency fund, you're going to park it in a high yield savings account. I have some links right down below for M1 Finance as well as Robinhood. Both of them offer a pretty good yield on high yield savings accounts. So if you have money, you definitely want to park it in those locations. Now, this is where people either panic or they get a strategy. And I want to give you the strategy that we're looking at. Protecting your money doesn't mean pulling everything out. It doesn't mean selling it, regardless of what you hear in the news, regardless of what you see on social media. It is about understanding your exposure. Asking these questions can really set kind of the guideline. What would happen in your portfolio if it dropped 10, 20, 30%? Do I actually understand what I own? We take this and really talk about a lot when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to REITs, when it comes to some of the alternative assets that we have on the marketplace, because a lot of people don't understand or don't realize exactly what they're invested in. And am I making and really investing based on a plan that I created? Or is it emotional investing where you see that portfolio that you check every single day go down 10%, all of a sudden you liquidate it, locking in those losses. And unfortunately, as we've seen the rebounds for this week, it has been a really, really solid week. So all those people last week that sold and pulled out of the market are not reaping the benefits of what we see in the beginning of this week. This is when the market becomes volatile. Emotions, when it comes to investing, becomes very, very expensive. The final step I'm going to leave you with, the top 10 think very differently during the uncertain times. They don't freeze, they're prepared. What we mean by this is reducing that unnecessary risk, increasing liquidity, waiting for an opportunity to deploy money, because every downturn that we've seen in history has done one thing incredibly well. It has transferred wealth from the people who are unprepared to the people that are very prepared. For me personally, when I seen the market go down on Friday, I invested on Monday morning like I always do through dollar cost averaging, catching a really big part of the downside that we seen last week. So here's the bottom line. You really don't need to predict exactly what is going to be coming next. You just have to be prepared for what does come next. If things stabilize, you win. If things get worse, you're completely protected. Either way, you're in control. So in the next video, guys, I want to show you exactly where the biggest opportunities will be if this continues and the economy kind of goes on through 2026 like we've seen it. How many people are prepared for a moment that could actually build an incredible amount of wealth? Because it isn't just about protecting the money. It is also about positioning the money within the marketplace itself. Now, guys, if you found any value at this video at all, definitely subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and share it out to anyone who needs this information. Because when it comes to debt-free, when it comes to knowing cash flow is one of the biggest things that I feel people overlook. When I look at people that are even prepping for retirement or even during the early stages of life, the cash flow that they do not possess because of the debt, because of the home payments, because of the car payments becomes overwhelming for a majority of people, where one thing can happen. It's like a set of dominoes and everything just starts falling in their financial lives. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.